What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. The Phillies get a win in the first game of the series against the Washington Nationals. My nerves overall, just because of everything that goes on at the end of the games these past couple of weeks. But still, they got the victory nonetheless. They got the job done. They win by a score of 5-3. JT Realmuto had a fantastic day at the plate. Everyone in this lineup tonight got a hit. They chipped in runs when they did. Not as many that I was like against Patrick Corbin, but I guess to Patrick Corbin's defense, he has pitched a little bit better in his past couple of starts, but still you scored 5 runs against him. So 5 runs should be enough to beat the Washington Nationals, and Noah Syndergaard only gave up 3 runs in this ball game. He gave you a quality start, 6 innings, 3 earned runs. That defines a quality start in baseball. That's the definition of it. So overall, I guess you could say he was efficient. Rob Thompson tried to get him out there, stretch him for another inning in the 7th, allows a home run to lead off after the guy battles during the at-bat. I still don't know how that ball carried out, but it did carry out and made it the 3rd run for the Nationals in that situation. Made it a 4-3 ball game at that point. And Rob Thompson elected to go to the bullpen. And the bullpen did their job. 9th inning, though, Brad Hand gets the first 2 outs. The 3rd batter, umpire misses the strike 3 call, which would have ended the ball game, then follows 2 base hits after that. Rob Thompson elects to go to the bullpen to get the final out, brings in Nick Nelson. He gets the job done, no, but you shouldn't be in that situation to begin with. 1, because the umpire missed strike 3, and 2, Brad Hand needs to get the guy out regardless. If he misses the strike call, get the guy out regardless. Don't be allowing hits. Don't be allowing a rally like that just because an umpire misses a strike 3 call. Shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be wasting all these bullpen arms. And still, we're going to this conversation that why is Rob Thompson so hesitant to save Jose Alvarado for the 9th inning? Because right now, it's looking like he is the only guy right now currently in this bullpen that you can rely on. They're probably going to use the excuse that, it's matchup based. It was the top of the order, middle of the order. That's when we wanted Jose Alvarado to go out there, going up against their better guys in the lineup to get those outs. And then we go down to the weaker parts of the lineup. We bring in a guy like a Brad Hand to get those 3 outs. Still, I would rather have Jose Alvarado in the 9th inning at this point, because right now David Robertson's cooked. There's a lot of guys in this bullpen that have been overworked over the past couple of weeks because your starting pitching can't go deep in the ball games. Thankfully, Noah Syndergaard was able to go 6 innings in this game. Like I said, he gave you a quality start. The rest of the bullpen up a little bit. But I trust Jose Alvarado right now more in the 9th inning than anything at this point, because overall, surprisingly, he has been one of your more consistent pitchers since he came back up from AAA and he worked into that cutter. So those are conversations to be had, because I don't expect David Robertson to be available for the next couple of days because of how overused this guy has been. So Rob Thompson's going to have to do a lot of work over the next couple of days on who he wants to use in the 9th inning. That's where the offense is going to have to come into major, factors in these next 2 games against Washington. Got to put some runs up on the board. Get a comfortable lead for your starting staff, make them comfortable, then make the bullpen comfortable with a good lead. That's what you got to do against these guys. He scored 5 runs today. That's good enough, but it's good enough to beat the Nationals, but I'd still like to see more runs on the board, honestly. Like Rhys got a home run tonight, finally, almost a month without hitting a home run. The last time he hit a home run was in that series in Cincinnati, where he hit 2 home runs, I believe the Tuesday game before the afternoon game where they got shut out. So it's nice to see Rhys get back on the board. So hopefully maybe in this series, that's where he goes off with the long ball, because it tends to happen more against the Nationals than any other team. He just goes on these stretches of home runs. I would like to see it more against more teams. I would like Rhys to do that more consistently. But hey, if it's against the Nationals, still go off, Rhys, please. We definitely need you to wake your bat up. Kyle Schwarber also got a single in this ball game. Had a couple of hard hits where he got robbed, but hopefully he can find a way to wake up during this series too. But you also don't see Bryce Harper in the lineup today. He got that, day off that we're basically just saying from yesterday at this point for the past couple of days that he so desperately needs at this point, because he just doesn't look right. He gets the day off. Alec Boehm slides into that DH spot. Edmundo Sosa comes back into the lineup, and the dude just continues to hit. He continues to rake. He got a triple, and he also got a single in this ball game. He went 2 for 3 overall. So before he finally recorded it now, he went 7 straight at bats recording a base hit at least. And I think there was a stat from Matt Gelb that showcased like the hits in Edmundo Sosa's last 7 plate appearances before he finally got that out. So we go home run, double, walk, home run, single, double, triple, single. So dude's been good for you. When getting his number called, he's answering the bell at this point. And also you got to give credit to Dalton Guthrie. Gets the start in right field tonight against the lefty Patrick Corbin. Records 2 hits, first major league base hit, first major league RBI, then another base hit and another RBI. So guys in the bottom of the lineup are chipping in for you. Like I said, also JT Realmuto in the cleanup spot tonight had a good game. He basically went perfect tonight with a solo shot as well. So there you go. Everyone in the lineup did their, I guess, damage in this game. I would say the guys that had the more weaker games, Gene Segura grounded into 2 double plays. Bryson Stott, he did get a single later on, but also didn't really factor much into the offense. He did score a run in this ball game, though. He scored that extra RBI on the Dalton Guthrie infield hit. Kyle Schwarber, I would like to see him wake up a little bit more. But overall, you got the win. You got the job done. That's all that matters. Now go into tomorrow's game and win. Got to win the series. That's the most important thing. Ranger Suarez on the mound. Can Ranger Suarez go past 4 innings, please? Can he go past 4 innings? For some reason, the 4th inning with these back of the rotation guys is the most hardest thing in the world recently. I have no idea why. For some reason, we always struggle in the goddamn 4th inning. I don't know. 4th inning, 5th inning. Noah Syndergaard started this game with 4 shutout innings. Nationals being very aggressive, getting quick outs. And then the runs just score in the 5th inning. Like, come on. That's when, like, the 4th inning, the Phillies made it a 3-0 lead, and the Nationals responded in the top of the 5th. 2 runs there. Like, come on. Got to be better. Got to be better than that. You can't let teams respond like that. You just can't, especially the Nationals. I know the Nationals coming into this series, they've won 7 out of their last 11. They got a lot of young guys in the lineup that are trying to prove themselves to make the Major League roster for next year. But come into this series and say, fuck you. We don't care what you're trying to do. We're going to put you in your place. Got to do that. And I want Ranger to have that type of attitude tomorrow. Man. Man, oh man. But got the job done. I'm not going to harp on the negatives today, but I'm also going to bring up some negatives. Just at this point, right now, even though I take any win that you can get, regardless of how ugly it looks, regardless of how shaky it looks, even though this game wasn't, I would say it's shaky, it was just, it just didn't feel good, if you know what I mean. Like that 9th inning, like if okay, Brad Hand gets the first 2 outs, then the umpire misses a strike 3 call, then you allow the, come on. Got to do more. I want to see the offense explode a little bit. I would like to see that in this series. Got 5 runs today. I would like to see more in the next 2 days. Help out your starters. Help out Ranger tomorrow, and hopefully Ranger can go by 4 innings or 3. But we're also getting word that Zack Eflin, he in his rehab assignment. I also saw this. I believe this was also from Matt Gelb today. No, this was from Michael Ventola. Zack Eflin solid through 2 innings for Lehigh Valley, gives up 1 hit, which was a home run, strikes out 3 batters, and draws 3 contact outs through 27 pitches. So solid debut right there in his rehab stint for Zack Eflin. I'm assuming he's going to probably get at least another one in there before he gets called back up. I'm not sure how they're going to work Zack Eflin into everything right here. I doubt they're going to throw him right into the rotation. Are they going to do something where with the Ranger Suarez starts to where Ranger gets so fatigued early on in his starts? Does Ranger go 3-4 innings and then you bring Zack Eflin in for maybe 2 innings or something like that, 3 innings, and then you go to the rest of the bullpen? Does Zack Eflin start as an opener, then you bring Ranger in for the rest of the ball game? I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know what they're going to do. Zack Eflin, yeah, you could slot him into the bullpen. I just don't know what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to do. It's nice that you're getting bodies back like that. I don't know how you're going to utilize them now. That's the major question mark right there. Hopefully Seraphini can come back anytime soon because this bullpen definitely needs it. There's just so many guys in that bullpen that are just gassed at this point because of your starters. Even though, like I said, Syndergaard, he gave you a quality start, went 6 innings. He basically did what he had to do. Thompson tried to stretch him into that 7th inning. Didn't work. Immediately pulled him. Bellotti got the job done. Alvarado got the job done. Hand almost did. They allowed 2 hits and 2 outs, and Nelson got the final out. Maybe you had to use a little too many pitchers than you wanted to. But I'm sure Nelson's not going to be, a couple of pitches is not going to take him away from tomorrow or something like that. Alvarado shouldn't, because how many pitches did Alvarado even have in this game? Alvarado had 13. He should be available tomorrow. Bellotti had 10. Should be available tomorrow. Noah Syndergaard, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, a home run allowed on 86 pitches. Quality start. That's basically it. That's the most important thing from Noah. This is who he is now. He's a pitch-to-contact type of pitcher. He's not the Thor of old. We should have expected this. This is who he is now. Quality start. He gives you 6 innings. You'll take that any day of the week at this point. Defense was much better behind him in this game. Matt Beerling made a couple of nice plays. Guthrie made a couple of nice plays as well in right field. Rhys actually figured out how to field ground ball. Surprisingly, like, Rhys, you're making those plays, but you can't make a simple ground ball in the 9th inning against the Marlins? Come on, man. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. So, Edmundo Sosa, still very nice to see that he's continuing to get hits. Get in that triple in the 3rd, then Guthrie drives him in with his first major league hit. Rhys Hoskins home runs. JT gets an RBI hit. Alec Bohm almost had a home run right after Rhys's, but that stupid fence in the right field that loves to take away home runs from us haunted Alec Bohm in that situation, but thankfully JT drove him in. Made it 3-0, but then Syndergaard gives 2 runs right back to the Nationals. Then it's still 3-2 for a couple of innings. 6th inning, JT goes deep the other way. And then the 7th, Nationals respond instantly, make it a 4-3 ball game on a solo shot. Then Guthrie gets that infield RBI single with Bryson Stott, but you had more chances to score in that inning because Stott and Beerling led off with singles. Then Sosa finally got out. Sadly, it was at the worst possible time because the one time he gets out, it turns into 2 outs because it's a double play. But thankfully for Guthrie, basically a bunt base hit, swinging bunt base hit, hustling down the line, score Stott. 5-3 game. That's where the runs stop. Offensively, your lineup today. Schwarber 1 for 4. Rhys 1 for 4 with a solo shot. Bohm 1 for 4. JT 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He had a great game today. Gene Segura 1 for 4. Stott 1 for 4. Beerling 1 for 4. Sosa continues to hit 2 for 3. Guthrie had a nice day. Good for Guthrie. 2 for 3, 2 RBIs. Guys on the bottom of the lineup are doing damage. That's nice to see. Nice to see there. 3 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Corbin, he allowed 12 hits. He had a low pitch count, though. He had 69 pitches. Nice. 69 pitches through 6 2/3. Still allowed 12 hits and 5 earned runs. So the Phillies were just very aggressive in the batter's box in this ball game. It was basically the same thing the Nationals were doing. Early on in the ball game, they were very aggressive off Syndergaard. There was some hard contact, but, contact that was going right to the outfielders. Some of our guys made nice plays as well. So that's basically what both teams were doing against these starters in this game. Nationals didn't have to use much of the bullpen. No, they used Ramirez for the rest of the ball game. So you got the win, and that's the most important thing in that matter of fact. 76. Are you 70? Is that 76? Yeah, 76 and 62 on the season. Now you got these final 2 games against the Nationals before you go back on the road. You're going to have Ranger Suarez going up against Eric Feed. He is 6-9 with a 5.08 ERA. Come on, Phillies. I would like the offense to explode tomorrow. Feed is very prone to blowing up. Very prone. But it's weird, though. A lot of these Nationals pitchers in their last couple of starts, or if they pitched against the Mets, they had pitched well because Feed had a start against the Mets where they won 7-1. He went 6 innings and struck out 2, allowed 1 earned run. That's weird, though. The Mets, I think the Mets lost again. They lost to the Marlins today. Yeah, they lost 6-3 to the Marlins. So the Mets are slumping a little bit against some of these teams that are below 500. So that is something to watch out in that scenario. In terms of other teams that you're watching out for in the wild card race, Brewers are playing the Reds today. Bottom of the 7th inning, Brewers are losing 5-2. Reds put a 5 spot up in the 1st inning. Sadly, they haven't scored since, but hopefully that score stands up toward the rest of the day. And also the Padres, they're playing the Dodgers later on tonight. I'm assuming that game is just getting underway. There's a rain delay, actually. That is very surprising. Rain delay there. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. I just saw a comment right here from MPT. Arizona just put 9 runs up in an inning? They put 9 runs up in the top of the 5th? Is that what you're talking about there? I need to see this. I need to see this now. Yes, they did. 9 runs in the 5th inning. Oh, my goodness, Arizona. What the hell? Goddamn Arizona. Okay, you got, like I said, you got Suarez and Fee tomorrow, 6:05 on Saturday. So Ranger Suarez, let's talk about that. Is going to go past 4 innings. Hasn't been able to do that in his past couple of starts. It all started with that Reds game where he got fatigued in the 6th. Next game against the Diamondbacks, wasn't able to go deep in the ball game. Only lasted 4 innings after 3 no-hit innings. And then against the Giants, once again, a couple of good innings to start the ball game, and then he blew up. Are we going to see that again? Or is Ranger going to bring you a fuck you attitude and put this team in its place? What Ranger are we getting tomorrow? And it better be the latter. It better not be what the past couple of starts have been. Hopefully. And then on Sunday afternoon's game 105, you're going to have Nola going up against Anibal Sanchez to close out the series. And then you go down to the Miami Marlins for the final time this year. And then you go into the teams that got over 500, the Braves, the Blue Jays, and the Braves again. So, yeah, we got the win. You got the job done. That's the most important thing. Now go out, win the series tomorrow. Take it one day at a time, but go and win the series tomorrow. Most important thing you can do down the stretch. It's what you got to do. What you got to do at this point. So, I'll look at the standings real quickly just to see everything like that. So, with the wild card right now, Phillies are tied with the Padres after this win. If the Padres win or lose, Padres win, they go back a half game up in the second wild card spot. If they lose, the Phillies get that half game lead. And I'm assuming the Phillies winning puts the Brewers 3 games behind them at this point now. So, we're just going to basically follow what the Brewers are going to be doing in this game against the Reds and in their series against the Reds, because after their series against the Reds, isn't that the stretch where they go play let me see, after this Red series, they play St. Louis, Yankees, and Mets all in a row. So that's going to be a tough stretch for them. I know the Yankees and the Mets are slumping right now, but still, that's very tough teams to play against for the Brewers at this point if they're fighting for a wild card spot. Then they play the Reds after that again. Cardinals, Miami for 4 games, and then Arizona to close out the season. And Arizona loves playing spoiler recently, so that's going to be very interesting at that point. So, yeah. Basically going to have to watch out for the rest of that situation. Definitely. And it was funny, too, because if you saw the post game where they were interviewing Guthrie, Bryson Stott loves to dump water on people during their interviews. Seriously, he got 3 buckets. I think he got 3 buckets of water dumped on him, which was kind of very funny, honestly. Good for the kid, honestly, at this point. Good for the kid that he got that job done today. 2 hits, including your first major league hit, an RBI. Basically there. Looking at some guys in the comment section, Ken Shaw says, is Sosa just this year, or does his contract go beyond? Honestly, I don't know. Let me check that. I think he's young enough where his contract goes or longer. I'm gonna check that. Not sure if the Phillies have more contract control after this year. Yes, they do. They have his under control until he's 31, technically. Next year is a tender contract year, and then they have 3 years of arbitration after that. So, yeah, they got Sosa for a long time. Same thing with Brandon Marsh. They got Brandon Marsh under control for a while as well. Honestly, Sosa's becoming a really huge deadline pickup at this point. Yeah. Basically, at this point, you tender his contract and you make all the other moves in the offseason. So there you go. Every game is so shaky. I'm not looking forward to Braves and Jays. Honestly, we're seeing the Phillies play this way against these below 500 teams. It would be pure Phillies to go balls against the above 500 teams at this point. It's probably not going to happen, but for some reason, I feel it's going to happen just because of the way things are going. But you never know. You never know. They're still in a good spot. They control their own destiny. We'll have to see how things happen at this point. At this time of the season, any win is a big win. Team controls how they finish for the wild card. Keep beating teams you were supposed to beat. That's exactly, Scott. Hurricane is coming to San Diego. Oh, so I wonder if that's why the game is postponed or delayed. Probably. Schwarber should have something to say against feed. Hopefully, we need Schwarber to go off with a bomb or two soon. Like he needs it. He really needs it. Yeah, Schwarber. I think they said, I think it was yesterday or a couple of days ago. He's only had 3 home runs since the beginning of August, so he's in a slump, in a big slump right now. Like that's what I said. Maybe it's time for a lineup change. Maybe put him lower in the lineup or something like that. That's why I was talking about yesterday. Maybe you switch the lineup up a little bit. Put Stott lead off, Bohm 2, Bryce 3, JT 4, Schwarber 5, Rhys 6. Castellanos comes back. Do you put Castellanos 7th, Gene 8th, and then whoever your center fielder is, either Marsh or Beerling 9th? I do that personally. JT, he's been hitting really good from the cleanup spot. I don't want to move him from there. Bryce needs to hit in the 3-hole. He can't be cleanup. Bryce just needs to hit in the 3-hole. I feel like he's trying to do way too much in the cleanup spot. Stott deserves to bat up in the lineup. Bohm, he's been really good in that 3-hole, but I think he deserves to be in the 2-hole. He played in the 2-hole a little bit a couple of times this year. He's been good there. Rhys, maybe lower in the lineup helps him a little bit, see better pitches. Same thing with Schwarber. Gene Segura, I like them lower in the lineup. I know a lot of people want him up in the lineup more. I think Gene's numbers up in the lineup just aren't that good. He's been really good in the lower part of the lineup, though. I'd rather keep Gene there just to have that extra guy lower in the lineup that can get on base and also run. That'd be nice to see. Then you get Castellanos down there as well. And then you get your 9-hole hitter, whether it's Marsh or Beerling. I think that, maybe that's what the lineup should be. Is it saying something that you want 2 young guys like Bowman, Stott in your first 2 spots? Well, that's just how good those 2 guys have been hitting as of late. Bohm, for basically this entire stretch that he's been on, been hitting really good. And for Stott, ever since being called back up, he's been a lot better of a hitter at this point, bringing in that 2-strike approach. I think he deserves to be the leadoff hitter. I think he's your leadoff hitter of the future. So I think he deserves that at most. Maybe some guys just need to bat lower in the lineup to help them. Never know. And the Brewers are still losing in the top of the 8th, 5-2. And I'm assuming that Dodgers and they're still in a rain delay at this point. Yeah. The Brewers. Brewers are also giving me like 2019, 2021 Phillies vibes. Granted, they don't have an offense. They got good pitching, but they had to rely on their offense. Their offense might go off one game and they score a good amount of runs, but most of the time they don't score. They really rely on their pitching at this point. It's one of those things. I felt a sneeze coming on there. That is the disadvantage of doing live streams. But yeah, the Brewers offense, I believe. I need to see where the offense ranks in baseball or something like that. And if I go to, let me go back to ESPN. Maybe see if I can see some team ranks. Stats. Go to teams. Batting leaders. I guess go to batting leaders. I guess at this point. Yeah, where the Brewers rank. In terms of batting average, they're ranked 22nd in the league. Their team batting average is 234. That's not good. Their team OPS, it's 11th, so they're more of like a boom or bust type of team. What about their slugging? Their slugging's not, so their lineup really relies on their power a lot. Their slugging and OPS, in terms of them getting on base, though, they're ranked 16th, so that's not good. Home runs, they're 3rd in the league in home run. Yeah, they really rely on the home run ball. What else? In terms of hits, they're 22nd in the league in hits. Runs, they are 9th in the league. Their offense overall just, I guess, is fundamentally flawed, you can say, at that point. Feel bad for Kutch, leaves Philly. Philly is finally good, joins the Brewers, and Brewers are barely over 500. Yeah, I feel bad for him too, but he chose to go over there at this point. And maybe it's a benefit that the Phillies didn't bring him back. You did get Schwarber, even though he's struggling right now. He went for that huge stretch in June and July where he was basically carrying your team. So I still rather have Schwarber, in my honest opinion. Magic number is down to 22. That is correct. Does that help when the Brewers lose? I would assume so. Would that go back down to would that go down to 21 if the Brewers were to lose or something like that? I believe so. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? The Diamondbacks were losing 8-1 in the 5th inning, and they scored 9 runs. My goodness, Diamondbacks. They got some young. Well, we saw that in the Phillies series against them. So, what are you gonna do? Okay, we'll go down with the Brewers loss. Okay, that is nice to know. Very nice to know. But I think that's where we are going to end it off today, everyone. Phillies got the win, got the job done, win the first game of the series. Now they got a chance to win the series tomorrow with Ranger on the mound. I would like to see the offense boom tomorrow. I would like to see a lot of runs put on the board, give Ranger a lot of comfortability, and Ranger, for God's sakes, get past the 4th inning, man. Just get a quality start. That's all the thing that matters at this point. Quality starts. 6 innings, 3 or less runs. That's all that matters at this point. So, thank you, everyone, for joining tonight's stream. Do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. I like to read those as always. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description. Paint the Lines, BrodesMedia. I recommend all of that. Same thing with hitting that subscribe button. It goes a very long way. I definitely recommend you hit that subscribe button. Also, use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Use it for any upcoming Phillies home game you can think of. There's not many Phillies home games left, so if you want to go see one, definitely get some tickets to that. Also, same thing with the Eagles season starting. Get yourself to any Eagles home game. If you want to go to an Eagles road trip or something like that, utilize that code TTP Sports. It's a great deal. Definitely utilize it. So, thank you, everyone, for joining tonight's stream, and I will see you next time.